Hi dolls, welcome to or welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Chyna and welcome to the life of Chynadoll.
She get it from her mama. Mama say you fuck her right. Body big as humble like. Tell me in the humble type. Tell me is you down? Cause I'm trying to go good tonight. All the hip she said the right. I just want to live in a fantasy. I think we deserve it right.
So in today's video, you guys, we're going to be talking about something that people do not talk about enough, and that is being a hater. Now, I know we get into a lot of self-help, how to be that girl, how to do this, how to build your dream life, but I feel like we don't talk enough about the things that you shouldn't do. Because from my experience, just being the beautiful girl that I am, inside and out, and it's not even just about looks, but just being me, and I'm pretty sure so many other beautiful women, like I said, inside and out experience is haters. And I've had enough. I'm tired of them. I know they're not gonna stop, but I'm just tired of them. I just want y'all to leave me alone. And I know that this won't necessarily change that, but I did see a quote that really inspired me to film this video. Take care of yourself so you don't become a hater. I was like, that's the one right there, y'all. And somebody was like, put it on a t-shirt, and I really just might, not even might, I will, I just forgot, I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt because I'm not even joking. The amount of people who are just haters and who just project their resentments and things that they wish and woulda, coulda, shoulda, and all that other stuff onto me, it's ridiculous. I'd be a millionaire by now if I had $1 for every time somebody projected and was being a hater and trying to dim my light because apparently it was too much for them. But let's go ahead and get right into this video. If you a hater or know a hater, make sure you watch, send it over to them, and let them know we about to get you together, sister. Just because you started off a hater, that don't mean you're gonna end off a hater. And at the end of this video, I for sure guarantee that if you even did start it off as a hater, by the end of this, you're gonna want to not be a hater. You're gonna want to become that girl, and you're gonna want to change your ways because you still can. Without further ado, let's get right into this video, and make sure you follow and subscribe to see more videos like this. I love y'all, and let's get right into it. Hi dolls, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if you guys are new. I saw this quote on Instagram: take care of yourself so you don't become a hater, and I was gagged for real, because I feel like people be hating. They do, for real, they really be hating. Let me start doing my nails because I got stuff to do. But no, for real, they really do. And I just feel like that is so true. If you're not taking care of yourself, then you will become a hater. You're gonna become jealous of the people who are doing the things that you want to do but didn't do, or wanted to do a long time ago. I just feel like haters are just filled with regret and a lot of pain and animosity. A lot of it is projection, absolutely. But what really made me make this video is because I feel like enough people don't talk about this. They don't talk about how when you aren't doing the things that you want to do, you project and you become a hater. But I feel like we can use more videos like this, telling people like, you don't have to always be a hater. You actually don't really ever have to put anybody else down just so you can feel good about yourself. And then for some reason, the residue from my sleep tape keeps getting on my face. I feel like it's a really crucial part, just that when you're becoming a better version of yourself and, you know, building your dream life, I don't think that being a hater is a part of that. I would hope not. For me, the dream version of myself does not have time to hate on anybody else, because babes, I'm worried about what's going on in my life, not anybody else's, you know. Okay, I know my brows look crazy, but it's work with me. We're getting there, so y'all get the gist of what I'm saying. You can't be a hater, but then, like, in my opinion, you can't be a hater but then I want God to reward you for stuff and say that you're being your better version of yourself. Because if you a hater, then like, what is even the definition of a hater? So a hater is a person who greatly dislikes something or someone, right? So for me, I feel like a hater is really somebody who doesn't like you because you have something or you're doing something that they want to do. And I completely understand being a little jealous sometimes not envy, but jealousy. Not too much, but you know, like I can understand a bit of that. I can understand you're like, oh man, I wish I had that. But I think when it comes to a point where it's consuming you, I broke this video down into 4 different sections. So section 1 is why people have hater energy. I'm not saying it's directly you, but I feel like a good bit of people have experienced this, and I'm one of them. I can say I'm not afraid or ashamed to admit that. I've definitely had moments where I was being a hater because somebody had something that I wanted and I was mad because they had it and I didn't have it. So I really would say it was more so jealousy than hating, but I feel like they are real close, if you know what I mean. So from my experience, being a hater starts from when you're not really poured into enough, whether it's from you or from other people. It's usually someone who is neglected. How villains have the origin story as to how they become a villain. It's the same thing when you're a hater, and it stems from you not having enough self-esteem or self-validation or confidence in yourself to be okay with somebody else having something good, even if you don't necessarily have that. It's okay, which we're gonna get into that in a second. But when you grow up and you're taught to put yourself last and take care of this, take care of that, do this for this person, and be here, be selfless, put yourself on the back burner, I feel like as the years go on, that definitely builds up resentment, and it's like you end up projecting onto other people who, like I said, have the things that you want to have. And it's not that you're really mad at them, but you're mad at yourself because it's like, why don't I have that? Am I not enough? Just little things like that. But with you pouring into other people, you tend to neglect yourself. After a while, you realize how empty you have become. That's where the phrase take care of yourself before you become a hater comes into play. And I've experienced this on both ends. I told y'all I've been a low-key hater, but I don't think I ever meant it in a malicious way as I was envious. I think it was just more so, oh man, I'm mad because I want that and you have that and I want it. And so now I'm mad that you have it and I'm projecting, versus me being like, oh, well, you have it, but I don't want you to have it because I don't have it type of thing. It wasn't that. Okay, guys, I'm back. I had to do that little part off camera because sometimes I struggle with multitasking. Okay, let me stop because, like, I don't know if this creasing stuff is good, but once you're at this point where you feel empty and you haven't been pouring into yourself, you get resentful, you get really sensitive, and you kind of lose your sense of self if you even really had it to begin with. Because I know, especially in our community, especially Black women, you're taught to put yourself last, and especially the ones who become mothers. And it's like, now your life isn't about you anymore, it's just about your kids. But it's also not at the same time, because if you don't pour into you, how are you going to take care of the children? So I just, you know, that's how I feel. And I feel like a lot of other people feel that way as well. But oh my god, where's my highlighter? But I guess we can dive into that topic another day. Once you start realizing that and you become resentful, and sometimes a lot of women don't even realize it for real, it just happens. But I think that also comes with having self-awareness, understanding and knowing what you feel, knowing what's your truth, your self-esteem. So what I'm basically trying to say is that when you aren't pouring into yourself, you become resentful, you become empty, and instead of you, and the fears that you have, the self-doubt, the limiting beliefs, all of that gets louder and louder when you are not pouring into yourself and you're not showing yourself, I do deserve to go after my dreams or live the life that I want to live. But you don't really know that when you don't practice that stuff daily, when you don't pour into yourself daily. And so little by little, you then begin to compare yourself, and that comparison also turns into the resentment, and you are irritated all the time. It's just like you're angry, you're bitter because the fear took over. The fear got in the front seat, and instead of you controlling your life and doing what you feel is going to make you happy and successful with whatever that looks like to you, the fear is telling you, oh no, we don't deserve this. And it's like, if you don't come to a point where you're like, okay, I can't keep listening to these thoughts that are telling me I don't deserve this, because the only difference between you and the person that you're comparing yourself to is that they believed in themselves and they continue to do the things to get what they want out of life. I can give y'all an example of how it has been for me. I wasn't, no, just a little. I was never a hater. I think I just always felt like, how come I don't know how to do this? How come I didn't know how to do my hair? How come I didn't know how to do my makeup? Or why I don't have this or I don't have that? Or why she has this and she has that? When the only difference between me and the other person is just that they went after it. Whether it was something they intentionally did or they just discovered, they still continued to do it. They believed in themselves enough to get it and maintain it. And I can do it too if I just believe in myself enough. Through the hard days, through the days where I feel doubtful and everything like that, you just have to believe in yourself enough, right? I'm sorry. I want to go back and say this too. But when you're feeling all of those things, those negative beliefs, instead of feeling like you can do something about it, you just end up scrolling on your phone, comparing yourself to other people, instead of actually going after what you want in your life. Because you can have it if you want it, but you just have to believe that you do. And I think that in this, it just goes into all of my other videos and everything that I tell you guys about self-care, because when I literally say take care of yourself so that you don't become a hater, I literally mean it. Pour into yourself in every way that you can, because you are your greatest investment. You are your most magnificent and beautiful and most important project that you're ever going to work on, ever. Think about it. If you don't pour into you, everything else in your life will show that. So you just gotta do that for yourself. But anyways, what I was saying was that instead of me just sitting around and keep on saying, oh, I'm sad because I don't know how to do my makeup, or I didn't know how to do my hair, look at me now, y'all. I finally decided that I'm tired of feeling bad for myself. We're gonna get up and we're gonna do something. I'm tired of feeling like, oh my gosh, a victim. Feeling like I wish I knew how to do this. Okay, well, learn. Just go learn. Go try it out. And look at me now. I know my makeup routine isn't perfect, but it's a lot better than what it was 6 months ago. I have grown. I'm learning how to better use tools and stuff now. We're getting it together. There was one point, y'all, I didn't even know how to put lashes on, and I had to just keep on practicing. I started small. I learned how to do my lashes. I learned how to do my brows, and then I started doing concealer, and we're going to do a little bit of blush and highlighter. All of those different things. But the point is that I just started. Instead of me just continuing to sit around and look at the other girls who are doing their makeup and having their makeup done for their birthday and all these different things, I decided I'm going to create that for myself because I feel like I deserve it. And that's the other thing too. You have to feel like you deserve these things. So this is gonna be the makeup look. Of course, on the lips I have Sweet Talk from the House of Bosscess. I'm just gonna put that on my lips. It gives a cute little tint based on your pH, and if you want her pinker, just add more layers. But for now, I'm just gonna do one, and I'm gonna let her set, see how she looks to my face. And there's that. I think that's the look, y'all. Like I said, I have to figure out what my highlighter is, but I gotta go, and I still gotta take my hair down. So anyways, I just wanted to give you 3 signs that you are acting like a hater and that you need to tighten it up. Sign number 1 is that you feel irritated when other women win. Yeah, no, you need to stop doing that. Just because somebody else is winning, that doesn't mean that there's not room for you. That doesn't mean that you can't win and that God doesn't have nothing in store for you. So when you feel like that is a limiting belief and it's giving very much lack mindset. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I would feel like that too. I'm like, hold on, wait for me. What about me? What about me? I want to win too. That's how I would feel. When in reality, you just need to clap for the other person, because when you win, you want people to clap for you. That's one of the mindset shifts that I had to make for myself. You have to, it just goes back to treating people how you would want to be treated. That is the golden rule for a reason. And I just feel like that's just such a ugly characteristic. You can't say that you're that girl, you're a pretty girl, but then when other people are winning and you don't have that just yet, or whatever the case may be, you look and stink at them. Like, no, that's just not cool at all. I feel like this kind of looks crazy. The next sign is that you compare yourself more than you create, more than you are building the life that you want to have. We're gonna fix her and get her together. I just put this in last night and the curls are really gorgeous. And then the third one is that you downplay your own progress. You minimize your wins, you don't celebrate your wins. And because you feel small, you resent people that feel big. And we cannot have no more of that. So don't worry, queens. I have to go real quick and I'm gonna come back. So I'll be back in a second. I'm gonna see y'all in a second. And I hope y'all enjoying this video so far. Comment down below if you feel like any of this has been applying to you. Like my hair, I did it myself, y'all. Who is she? Who is she? And just goes to show that when you stop comparing yourself to other people and say, you know what, I'm gonna get up and do it for myself. I don't want to keep on feeling sorry for me. I don't want to keep on being sad. I don't want to keep on seeing other people live the life that I want to live online and on my Pinterest and on TikTok. I want to embody it myself, and the only way that it's gonna happen is if I choose it. And if I go out there and ask the universe for it, like a closed mouth don't get fed. If you don't ever open your mouth and say you want something, you're not gonna get it. There's a chance you could, but y'all get the point I'm trying to make. I realized that I had to better myself and I had to take a chance. I had to practice. I literally had to practice. If you go back some other videos, you go back to my Texas vlog, that quick weave, I don't think the quick weave was rough, but it was either my first or my second time doing a quick weave on myself. And y'all, I forgot to leave myself a leave out. So guess who was rocking the whole thing? It just wasn't right. I had to wear a headband, but I learned practice makes perfect. And now I make sure to leave you a leave out. But I had to start, and I just showed myself, oh wow, I can do this. Even if it is hard, I can do hard things. And I'm just gonna keep on telling y'all that. You have to tell yourself and show yourself. Not even just talking, no. You have to show yourself. Girl, now who the hell done used all my edge control? Anyways, like I was saying, I don't even know what I was saying, to be honest. That kind of caught me off guard. Let's move on to section 3, which is about shifting out of that energy. This is the mindset shifts that you need to take so that you can stop being a hater and actually have the life that you want. Step 1 is to start pouring into yourself first. Like I said before, I done said it 1,000 times. I done said it in almost every video. If you are not pouring into you, you cannot help or do anything for anybody else. If you are not feeling good, then you can't help nobody else. Now your negative energy is going to be leaking onto other people, and not everybody a hater. And we can't have that. And pouring into yourself can be whatever works for you. And granted, it is a process. It's a whole journey, pretty much, that you are gonna have to go on. You're gonna have to see what really lights you up. You're gonna have to start getting to know yourself, what things works for you, what things don't work for you, what truly makes you feel at ease, and then what doesn't. Pouring into yourself also includes nourishing your body, nourishing your mind, your spirit, and just taking care of you inside and out. Shameless plug, that is what my brand House of Bosscess is all about, and why I started it in the first place, because I once was at a point where I was pouring into everything else but me. I felt so drained, I felt so low, and I just never wanted to experience that again. And once I started going on my self-love journey, I realized that so many Black women have been taught the same thing that I'm telling you guys about now. And that's why many of them are resentful. And trust me, I've had my experience with some of them, so I've experienced it firsthand. And it's really not fun. Not for them, and it's not fun for me because for one, I just don't like to see them in such a way, but also when they don't enjoy their life, they project it onto you. So make sure you check out my brand, House of Bosscess. Everything is going to be linked right down below for you guys. I have a self-care workbook that I literally spent months making myself, and I've used it. I've gone through all of the different prompts, the activities, and I feel like it's perfect if you're just starting out or if you want to fall back in love with yourself as well, and you're ready to just take your self-love to the next level, but in a way that's easy, that's romanticized, in a way that is convenient for you, because I understand how difficult it is to pour into yourself and love on yourself when life is still going on. To go from being a people pleaser to being someone who has strong boundaries, the way that you're gonna lose relationships and people are gonna switch up, and the way that you'll start carrying yourself better, all of the different things that come with that. It is a lot, but it's so freaking worth it. I will never lie to y'all. You can also follow me on TikTok, where you'll be able to check out everything. I also just did a challenge called the Fall in Love with Yourself challenge, and y'all, I didn't even realize how much I needed to do the challenge myself, how much I needed that. You can do it whenever you want to. Every day of the week is themed for what you can do, but you can start it whenever you want to, do it in whatever order that you want to, whatever works for you. It is interchangeable, but it's there for you guys for free, and that just gives you a little taste of what it's like to be in the House of Bosscess. So anyways, back to just my experience dealing with haters. I have dealt with haters. I've had people hate on me when I was at my lowest. I didn't even realize my own potential, but that's the thing. Other people, especially people who are not happy with themselves, they see your potential and that's why they act weird. I've had my fair share with hater women, and it's just not fun. I used to be offended until I realized that they were just projecting. I literally lost weight a couple months ago. Actually, that was at the beginning of the year, really. I lost 30 pounds because I was actually sick, which I may or may not talk to y'all about that in another video. So if you have been watching since then, or since the first time that I posted this year, you'd be able to see that I've definitely had a dramatic change in my weight. And a lot of people, well, literally almost everybody, which is not weird, but a lot of them were commenting on that. Oh my gosh, you lost so much weight, and people are just saying different things. And I just feel like I am not a person anymore who is just inconsiderate of what I say to other people. I learned that my opinions are my opinions, and every single one of them do not have to be voiced. I may feel like the shirt that you're wearing doesn't go with the shoes that you got on, but that's my business. That's not your business. You walked out the house, you decided that's what you wanted to put on, and that's fine. If that's what works for you, that's what works for you. But I'm just not gonna go out of my way to be like, oh, you shouldn't have worn those shoes. I just don't feel like, what's the point, because they're already wearing the shoes. You know what I'm saying? If somebody asks for my opinion, I will give it. But if you don't ask, I'm not just gonna come out and just tell you what I think about something, because why does it matter? Because I don't want nobody telling me about what I'm wearing. Now, if I look crazy, then yeah. And I ask you, then yeah. I'm just really tired of people giving their unsolicited or unasked for opinions. I never asked you. People would say different things like, oh, you getting really skinny, or oh, you losing your butt, and all this other stuff. I didn't ask you. I look at myself every day. I can see it. I'm gonna give y'all 2 examples. One example was, ever since I started putting fake hair in my head, and now granted, I don't owe anybody an explanation as to why, but I'm gonna just tell you guys why, just for the sake of it. I know I do not need to wear fake hair. I never said I needed to wear it, right? Because my hair is beautiful. I love it. It is gorgeous. However, it is very high maintenance, and if I do not take the time to take care of it, it is going to be damaged. Whether I'm gonna have a whole bunch of split ends, that regardless of how long my hair is, if I have split ends at the end, it doesn't matter. It looks crazy, so I have to cut that off. Or whether if I flat iron it and I have heat damage, different things like that. So I'm like, you know what, I need to go more of a protective route. I don't know how to do braids. At the moment, I didn't have money to pay for somebody to do braids in my hair. And a lot of times when people have done braids in my hair, I think I might have had maybe 1 to 2 experiences where the braids were a really good size, but that was just the options for me. And honestly, I feel like braids don't even look that good on me because my hair texture is so fine. It don't be panning out right. I feel like it just looks funny right here, but maybe I just need to tuck that in. That looks a lot better because I'm trying to get together, because I feel like this part is cool. It's just this part right here, but that just didn't really do it for me. But let me get back into it, y'all, because I'll be getting sidetracked. I was complaining, or not complaining, I think I was complaining a little bit about my hair and how I wanted to be longer, because all this year it's been right here, and for some people that's short, some people that's long. For me, that's short. I'm used to my hair being down here. That's what I'm used to, and that's what I want, right? So that is why I'm like, I'm gonna do more protective styles on myself. And people would be like, oh, why are you putting fake hair in your head? People wish they had your hair and blah blah blah. Yes, that is true, but I want to protect my hair. And what do you do when you want to protect your hair? You put it in a protective style. Why are you trying to tell me what's best for me and my hair? You're too concerned. You're way too concerned. That's all I can say. I had uploaded a video and somebody was like, oh, I think your videos are too long and you need to do smaller ones, shorter ones, and some other stuff. I forgot what they said fully, but I know it was something along those lines. And I was just like, what did I ask? When did I ask for your opinion? Mind you, this is not somebody who is a YouTuber. They don't have 1 million subscribers. I don't know if they have a YouTube page. How are you going to give me advice on something that you're not certified in? And I also, another thing that I learned, which I talk about in the Bosscess Blueprint. Check it out if you wanna learn how to build your dream life. I'm just saying. But in that video, I talked about you should not take advice or criticism from people who are not living the life that you want to live. And ever since I started implementing that and having that mindset, people's opinions and stuff, they affect me a lot less, because I learned that a lot of times people are projecting their fears, their wishes, their flaws, their hurts, their pains, more than they are really actually giving you advice. And they're just thinking about things in the lenses that they've seen in life, their perspective of life. And just because that was your experience, that doesn't mean it's gonna be mine. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into these tips, y'all. I'm sorry, I feel like this video is a little all over the place because it's just so much that I want to say, so many different directions to go into in this, that it's like when I think of something, I'll be having to tell y'all. But anyways, so after you pour into yourself first, the next step is to celebrate other women genuinely. Instead of thinking like, oh, I'm mad that that's happening to her, take it as a sign, proof that it's possible for you as well. I don't think I've really been a hater. It's not even to be a hater. However, I have felt behind, I have felt left out, because I'm like, why is it happening for this person? Or hold on, wait for me. That's how I felt a lot of the times, until I had to realize, no, it happening for her is proof that I can do this. Whether my time is tomorrow or whether my time is a couple years from now, whatever it is, it's proof that it could be done, because she's not the only person that can do it. You know what I'm saying? Just think more positively. Think about it in a positive manner. Don't think about it in a sense of lack. You have to think about it in a sense of abundance. She did it, I can do it too. She bought her a new car and a new house. That just shows that it's possible for me to do it as well. You can get what you want in life. I can get what I want in life. And that's how you have to train your mind to think. You have to shift your mindset. You can't be out here being a hater. I'm sorry. It's just a no. That's real ghetto. And then the next one is turn your comparison into clarity. When you see somebody doing something and it bothers you, or you just feel triggered or something, use it as guidance and not shame. Don't feel ashamed because you feel that way. That is only going to make you feel worse. Just get curious with it. Why am I feeling this way? Start questioning why you feel different things, and why when this person does this you feel triggered by it. Is that something that you want? Is it something that you feel like you can't have? What is it? And use that to help guide you and get to know yourself. Use your desires and your triggers to lead you to your purpose and what you really want out of life. And then lastly, you need to create more than you consume. Now, this is one that I've really been more so doing. This is a shift I have been having to do. I need to stop just looking at people. I'm not really fully a doom scroller. Well, not on TikTok at least. I will get on Instagram and just watch and scroll and look at stuff, look at pictures. And I'm like, damn, they doing a thing. And I'm over here, and then I think about it and I'm like, maybe I should get off of here, because now I'm feeling bad and I don't like that. I don't need to feel bad when I could be spending that time building what I want. creating what I want. Instead of sitting there watching other people receive their YouTube plaques or open up their business, open up their warehouse or whatever. Listen, I don't want to keep on looking at other people doing what I want to do. It's time to clock in and lock in or be quiet, because that's another thing that I really don't like. And let me go on a quick little rant. I used to be a person who would just complain, and this is another habit of a hater that I really don't like. Okay, I don't like it. I cannot stand when people just complain. Oh, you're lucky, you're this, you're that. Ever since I lost weight, you got a slim stomach and a slim waist, and I wish my stomach was fatter. I wish my skin was this, or I wish I was doing that. I wish my hair was this long. I heard you the first time, I heard you the second time, I heard you the third time. I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't. Because if you're not gonna go take you a walk, if you're not gonna go start eating better, if you're not gonna start doing your ab crunches, I don't want to hear nothing else about how you don't like your stomach fat. I don't want to hear it. And this is something I changed in myself a couple years ago. Okay, I had to change it in myself. I didn't want to keep on complaining about, oh my gosh, I'm so chubby. You know what I did? I started working out. The proof is in the pudding. I started working out, but I am more of a go and take a walk, go and take a run. I'll do some crunches inside, different stuff like that. That is what I'm gonna do. So instead of me forcing myself to go to the gym, no, I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna go to the park. I'm gonna go run me a lap or two. And I started off small. I just started walking for a couple of minutes, and next thing you know, I'm walking for an hour. I'm jogging for 30 seconds, and now I'm like, let me see if I could go a little longer. I already told you guys about this if you watch my other videos. Listen, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this, okay? But for real, I just can't stand that now, because I realize that if you really want to do it, you're gonna do it. You're not gonna keep talking about what you're gonna do, you're just gonna handle it. You saying that you want to be skinnier, you're saying that you want to have your own business, you're saying that you want to grow your hair, you have to start taking the actions to do it. I don't know, it just bothers me. Now, and I don't think I was ever a huge complainer, except for my weight, and I wasn't never big. I just had baby fat. I was just chubby. I just wasn't in shape, in my opinion. And so I'm like, I just got to a point where I was just tired, and I feel like once you reach that point, you look at other people and you're like, you don't do nothing but complain. That's it. You keep talking about what you want to do or what you want, but you're not doing nothing to show that you really want that. So you really don't want it that bad. Sorry, I'm gonna tell you guys, I had to clock my own team. Once I had that realization, I was able to get up and say, okay, either I'm gonna shut up and not complain anymore and stay the same, or I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna make it happen. That's it. But either way it goes, you need to shut up. Don't keep on talking about what you want to do. Either do it or don't. That's how I feel. And that was just another thing that is a sign of a hater. And no shade. It ain't no shade to nobody. It's the truth. And I think that a lot of people are afraid to be honest with themselves because they're ashamed of themselves, or they feel like other people are going to be ashamed of them and everything like that. But honestly and truly, what I've learned on my journey, anybody else's opinions or feelings or whatever it is about you don't matter. It's all about how you feel about yourself. So if you fine wearing purple shoes and a red dress, that's you, boo. That's your business. That's not my business, and that's not nobody else's business. Because if that's what makes you happy and that's what makes you feel confident in yourself, then go do that. It's not about what other people feel. They're not even worrying about how they feel about themselves, truly, because they're too busy looking at you. I try my best to not be a hater towards other people. I try my best to not judge people, because you never know what other people are going through. Ooh. That's really the best way that I can say it, and all that I can say. When people stop focusing on and nitpicking what other people are doing or aren't doing, you can focus more on yourself. A lot of times it's a distraction from having to think about yourself, and I feel like it's because they're not happy with themselves, for one, and for two, they don't feel like they have enough going on to where they can talk about whatever they have going on. That's why people talk about other people, but I don't know. So lastly, section 4 is about becoming that girl, becoming a bossess, if you will, which is a boss and a princess, a lady who is building her dream life, but allowing God to let her be soft, especially in the world that just wants to harden us so much. They just want us to be hard, like, ghetto, stay over there. To become that, let me tell you guys the things that you can do to stop being a hater and start taking care of yourself. So this is just to tie everything together for you guys, and y'all can really grasp the concept of what the opposite of a hater is and what she looks like. So becoming a bossess is all about just being yourself unapologetically. That includes not caring about what other people think. It's about, what do you think about yourself? What do you think about your life? If you were to die tomorrow, would you be happy with what your life looks like? Or would you be filled with regret with the things that you wish you would have did and everything like that? And that should give you your answer if you're truly living unapologetically. A bossess is not perfect, but she is self-aware. This comes with self-awareness, okay? A bossess is not a hater. Being that girl is not being a hater, but it's being supportive of other women, successful women in your life. Whatever success looks like to you or to them, it's being supportive of them, because you know that when they win, you win too, because you're a girl's girl. Hello? We don't avoid our emotions. We see them, we process them, and we let them go, because holding it in, that's what causes resentment. That's what causes that emptiness. That's what causes that regret and that comparison and that projecting onto other people what you wish you would have did or what you would have said. She doesn't shrink when other women shine. She doesn't hate on other women, but she heals. You don't hold on to that anger and the things that people have done to you, because you realize that it's just a reflection of who they are. Your self-worth is not determined on what other people say and what other people think. It's not determined on your productivity. You are worthy just because you are made in God's image. Hello? Are y'all really clocking? Are y'all? Hello? Because not a lie was said. But she knows that jealousy is a sign of desire. And another thing I want to say too with that is, like, if you notice, if you have been a hater, I want to say it's okay, but it's not okay. But like, it is, because once you become aware, you can do better and you can change. And I feel like we all have to go through these different phases of being the thing that we don't want to be, so that we can become what we really need to be. Listen, I'm spitting today, for real. But that pretty much wraps up everything that I want to say. If this hits home for you, this is your sign to start pouring into yourself and start allowing those feelings of jealousy to guide you into what you really want in your life, and create it for yourself. Bring it to your life. If you want somebody to start buying you flowers, or you see a girl getting flowers, go buy yourself some flowers. Y'all see my flowers? And honestly, God gave me these, for real. Don't play. I love flowers, and I don't have a boyfriend. Nobody's sending me flowers, so you know what? I started buying myself flowers. I'm not waiting on nobody, because I deserve them right now. I deserve to give them to myself. And when you start showing up for yourself in that way, when I tell you guys, your standards, they go higher and higher, because now a man giving me flowers is the bare minimum. What are we really on? I could buy myself flowers. So what else can you bring to the table? I ain't even gonna get into the whole thing about the table situation or whatever, but y'all get the point that I'm trying to say. The woman is the prize, the man is the one that is deserving of the prize. So it's still equal in a sense to me. That's just how I feel about it. So anyways, I'm just saying that to say, just to give you guys an example of how you can start pouring into yourself. You can also check out my self-care workbook that helps you start diving into a relationship with yourself. It's super easy, guided. There's prompts, there's instructions, there's coloring sheets, different fun activities that you can try. So I'm just saying, check it out. It won't hurt you. You can look at a couple of the pages. Like I said, if you scroll down on my TikTok, you can see everything on there. You can get a glimpse of all the pages and stuff, how I use them, different ways that I added to my routine. And you can check out the Fall in Love with Yourself week challenge. But I am fully together. I'm honestly not going anywhere. I already left and went out. So I'm just gonna look cute. I might take me some pictures and stuff and just admire my beauty. We need to start doing more of that. I know that I used to not really take many pictures of myself, and I will look back at the end of the year, look back at the end of the month, and I'm like, dang, I barely have any pictures of me. So this is your sign also to get cute. Whatever that looks like for you, whether it's just mascara, whether it's the full beat, whatever that looks like to you, get cute, take some pictures of yourself, and admire how beautiful you are. Work on yourself, love on yourself, and watch how that hater energy that you once had begins to fade away. Watch how things start just working out for you more and more the more that you pour into yourself. And that's all I have to say. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't already watched my series, The Bosscess Diaries, where I bring you guys along with me of building my dream life while balancing or doing my best to balance, pouring into myself, loving on myself, all of the lessons that I've learned learned during that time as well. Dang it, one more thing too, and if anything resonated with you, comment it down below as well, and what part of this triggered you or made you feel like, dang, I was really being a hater. Like, let me know. I really want to know. And this is a safe space. It's no judgment at all. We've all had one experience at least in our life, so it's like, who am I to judge you on your hater energy? Now if you see this and you choose to continue to be a hater, and I'm gonna look at you sideways, because why are you still choosing to be a hater? You're actively choosing to be a hater. That's weird. That's weird. And I'm not gonna lie, that's not very bossess of you. It's not very that girl of you, okay? So I love y'all so much. Make sure you stay fabulous, stay cute, be extra, and always be you, boo. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Yes.
I look fly, I look good.